What's up, guys? Mulix here. I sold the hoverboard today, about 20 minutes ago. Got 280 for it because there was some scuffs on it. So he's like, "Take 280." I was like, "All right, whatever." Not gonna blow a sale over $20. Not gonna blow it $280 over $20. You know what I mean? That's what makes me like shake my head. Like on eBay, someone would be selling something, for a certain amount of money, and I send an offer, which is maybe like a few dollars less, and he'll say no. So you blew a $7 and $10 sale over $3 or some shit. You know what I mean? Stupid people. But I got my interview at 4 o'clock, which is about 50 minutes from now. So I got to leave here in about 30 minutes. And I don't know if I told you, but it's like this new food store that's opening up. I just need to get something right now to hold me over. So, brand new store opening up, part of the initial team, so that's kind of cool. Not like I'm just walking into a bunch of new people, you know what I mean? Or a bunch of people that's been there and being the new person. So it's like there'll be a bunch of new people. So that's kind of cool. Um, and we'll see what happens with the interview. The store is not open yet, so it's not like I'll be starting tomorrow, which is good because I have court on the 20th. So I'd rather do it after that, so I don't have to say, "Hey, I need a day off." But I'll let you know how that goes. And yeah, so no more hoverboard. I have no more hoverboard unless I buy another one, which I'm not doing right now. So that's that. No more hoverboard. What's up, guys? I forgot to record in the truck on the way to my interview on the way back, but when I got out of the interview, I had to call one of my credit cards, so I kind of got sidetracked. I took a personal loan to pay off all my credit cards. Like my uncle. Remember how I told you guys my uncle was using my card for cash advances, and he racked it up, and now his business isn't doing so well, so the money's not coming in. He used to make $400 payments every month to every card. Now my cards are out of their zero APR for 18-month, promotion. So now there's interest every month. My rates are pretty low. Like my Amex is 12.99, which is actually a really good credit card rate. My aunt just got a credit card, 22.90. So 12.99 on a credit card is actually pretty good. But my Discover, I think, is like 17.99 or something like that. Well, anyway, each the Chase had almost 3,000 on it. One Discover had 6,000 on it. The other Discover had almost 3,000 on it, and the American Express had about 1,600 on it. So, for example, I don't know what my rate is on the Chase card. I think it's like 18% or something. So 18% of $3,000 is a lot of interest, every month. So he started paying the minimum payment on my credit card, like $100, whatever. So the interest is more than the 100. So it's like you pay $100 and the interest hits, and it's like the 100 didn't even do anything to the balance. So it was getting to the point now where the cards were racking up a lot of interest, and the balances were getting higher. So I had to take a loan. So I took a loan for $13,000, which I was approved instantly because of my credit, and I got the lowest rate possible. And now the checks. The bad thing about it is they couldn't put the money into my checking account. They have to mail the checks out themselves, and I guess that's like a security thing. And so you can't take the money and run, even though you would still be responsible for the fucking loan. But I really wanted it to go to my checking account so I could go online and pay the bill, so it processes that night and it's posted by the next day. And now I have a due date on the 9th and a due date on the 13th. The 9th is American Express and the 13th is Chase. And I don't think the checks are going to get there in time. So if the checks don't get there in time and I got to make a minimum payment, that means there's going to be interest on the balance. So instead of them getting the check and the balance going to zero, now there's going to be like an interest balance on it. It might be $100, $200, whatever it is. I'm trying to avoid that. So I called American Express, and they had no problem putting a note in the account saying that if the check didn't get there in time, that they would reverse any kind of fees or interest. But the first person I spoke to at Chase gave me a hard time. Oh, there's really no way to do that. If blah, 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 you have to pay the interest. So I called back and got a different rep. And if that second rep wasn't able to help me, I was going to get a supervisor. Because the way I'm looking at it, they don't know it's coming from the bank. It's made out for me. It's made out for me and the bank, but my name's on it. So it's like I wrote a check from the bank. But I'm paying it in full, almost $3,000.
So you're getting a $3,000 payment. Nobody fucking does that. And you can't give me, waive a fee or interest for me, and you're getting paid in full. So the second rep I spoke to was a lot nicer. They put a note in the account saying that they would see if they could wait, push it back, and if it doesn't get there and I get charged interest, I'm gonna call and speak to a manager. I said, listen, I just paid you guys almost $3,000 in full, and you guys are charging me interest because it got there a day late, and now my account billing cycle rolled over. But hopefully they can do it for me. See, that's the kind of thing that would make me close the account. I will close the credit card for something like that. For example, I had a City Simplicity card and a Target Red card, and which I haven't used for a while because of the balances on my other cards. So my credit limit, that's for example on Target, was $1,300, which isn't a lot, but for like a store like that, you don't need a $10,000 credit limit. Like my Discover is like $12,000, and like I have very high credit limits because I'm a very good credit. I have really good history with my credit. I had to utilize my credit cards and stuff like that. If it wasn't for my uncle racking up my cards, there would be a lot less on it, and I would manage it much better. But what was I just talking about? Oh, so since I haven't used a Target card in a while, they reduced my credit limit. So it went from $1,500 down to $300 from no use, and that made me like fucking livid because I've never heard of a credit card company reducing your credit line due to no activity. There was a time I didn't use my Discover card for months, and they boost my credit line. They boosted it. So I called up and I spoke to someone, and I said, listen, I haven't used the card in a while, and you guys reduced my credit line, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to close the card. And of course they try to keep you from closing, and I said, I'm sorry. To me that's like a stab in the back. I said I went to Target to go shopping, and my even though I didn't, but I said it anyway, and I said my I thought I had $1,500 on the card, and my total was almost $500, and I got declined. I said, not only is it a stab in the back, but it's also highly embarrassing that I have a line of people behind me, and I just put $500 worth of merchandise on and everything was bagged up, and then my card gets declined because you guys didn't even notify me of this reduction on my credit line. So I said, unfortunately, now I got to close the card down. I'm not doing business with Target Red Card anymore. And I closed the card. Because, let's say I really did go shopping and I had something more than $300, and I thought I had $1,500 available, and they didn't tell me about the reduction. They didn't even notify me. Not an email, nothing. City Simplicity did the same thing. I had a $3,000 credit limit with City Simplicity, and it was inactive for some time, and they did the same thing. They reduced me, I think it was like $300 or $500. So the same thing. I called up, I said I went food shopping, and I said I was declined, and it was embarrassing, and you guys didn't even notify me. So I said, unfortunately, now I have to close. Now you're going to lose a customer. I got to close the card. She's like, well, you should think about that before you do that. You have no due dates, no late fees. I said, none of that benefits me if I only have $300, ma'am. I said, $300 to me on a credit line is absolutely nothing. I can't do anything with $300. I said, I haven't used my Discover in just the same amount of time, and they boosted my credit line. I said, I've never heard of anyone reducing a credit limit for inactivity. I said, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard, and you guys could have notified me instead of making me look like a fool at the store. So I closed it down. I don't fuck around with that. So if Chase isn't going to reverse any kind of fee or interest charge for me, then guess what? I'm closing the Chase Freedom card down. I don't really need it. I just opened a TD bank account, and they offered me the TD Visa signature card or the rewards card or whatever. I'll close Chase and open that. I'm sure my credit line with them is going to be at least $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 right from the start. So that kind of shit irritates me. You don't do that. You don't reduce someone's credit limit because they didn't use the card. Maybe they went to vacation out of the country. Whatever the case may be, you don't do that. And if you're going to do that, at least notify them. Say, your account hasn't been used. If you don't start using it within the next 30 days, we're going to reduce your credit line. And that's ridiculous. As long as my income is the same, and as long as my credit score is the same, why are you reducing my credit line? You know what I mean? And I've never heard of a credit card doing that ever. Those are the first two that did it, and I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe when I saw it. I just couldn't believe it. But that's no problem. That's fine with me. You don't want my business? Whatever. You know? But anyway, I went for the interview. It was the fastest interview I've ever done in my life. When I tell you I was in there for 5 minutes or less, I was literally in there for 5 minutes or less. The guy was really nice. He's like, listen, I only have two positions I'm looking for people for. Produce and the deli. Not my two places of choice. I rather do customer service, like doing money orders, returns, lotto, stuff like that, cigarette sales, stuff like that, customer service area, or a cashier, or I rather stock than do deli. But I really need some kind of work right now just to hold me over. And I was in and out in 5 minutes. You know, he said, the corporate lady I spoke to, he said she's going to call me back either today or tomorrow. And I was only home, she called me probably 20 minutes after I left the interview. I got home like 5 minutes later, my phone rang, I saw the number, I knew it was her. So she offered me the job for $11 an hour. So for $11 an hour starting off at a food store, I said, you know what? I'll give the deli a shot. Because the guy inside who interviewed me said, listen, all because we put you in the deli, don't mean you have to do the deli. If you try and you don't really like it, you know, we could figure out a place where you can go. And so I plan to probably do that. I'll maybe do the deli for a month or so and go talk to them and listen, you know, I tried the deli for a month and, you know, I like it, but it's really not my ideal choice. Then I'll tell them, you know, I'm really good with computers and stuff. I'd rather really be like customer service or cashier, or I even rather stock than really do the deli. Because with the deli, you have to learn the meats and stuff. You got to learn like the combo specials every day. You got to know like macaroni salad. You got to learn everything and stuff. I don't mind doing that because I really need a job right now, and that would help me pay the truck. But just to have something to start off for $11 an hour, I really can't complain about that. I mean, if she told me it started at like $8.50 or $9, I would have turned it down because it was the deli and I'm making $8.50. But for $11 an hour, I'll definitely give it a shot. And I just hope that if I get transferred to a different spot, that they don't reduce my pay rate because of that. So if I can start doing customer service or stock or cashier at $11 an hour, I'll do that. And this is a really big store that used to be a Wallbounds. It's not a little. It's called Best Market, and the other one, 10 minutes away, is a lot smaller than this one. This took over a very big Wallbounds. So that means the deli department is huge. You're talking like maybe fresh food every day. You're talking, macaroni salad, whitefish salad, all that stuff. So, and I have to do a 3-hour orientation class, which is on the 12th from 3 to 7:30, which is 4.5 hours. But I guess they just want you to get there early. I'm sure it's not going to take 4.5 hours to do an orientation. And I can probably start next week. I have court on the 20th, which is a Wednesday. I don't think it's not this coming Wednesday, it's the Wednesday after. And I wrote down on my application that's the only day I can't work. So I will just let them know that I can work Wednesday, I can work the 20th, but I can't do a morning shift. I would have to start at 2 or 4 in the afternoon or something and work till close or something like that. Because that will make it easier. I say, listen, I'm not asking for the day off. I just have to work. I can't work the morning that day because I have something personal I have to take care of. And I hate doing that, like, oh, you're just started and you need a change in the schedule. But it was on the application, so they really can't say anything about that. But, yeah, so far so good. No, didn't say anything about a drug test, which is fine because I'm not really going to piss dirty. I haven't smoked for over, like a month now. And after I do go to do this court, I got to take a drug test for this court thing. Not because I'm on probation or anything. It's because they have to cut me that deal for the DWI to get reduced to a speeding ticket. And the DA supervisor has to drug test me because I guess he has to cover his ass. Someone got a DWI, which I really wasn't drunk. I was through this already. If you watch my other videos, you'll find a video about it. I wasn't drunk, I wasn't stumbling, I wasn't slurring, but it was on my breath from a few hours earlier, so that's why I blew the number I blew. But they're reducing a DWI to a speeding ticket, so basically they're letting a guy with a DWI walk, so they want to make sure you're not doing drugs, because if, let's say, they let me go and I kill someone driving, and I had something in my system, then that DA supervisor is going to probably lose his job because he let me slide, But that's never going to happen. I would never do that. But I'm just saying that's why I have to take that drug test. But as soon as that drug test is done, Shit, man, I'll be smoking, watching movies and shit, and fucking. My cousin had brownies for me. I never had a really good weed brownie before, so I'm gonna do that. And they didn't say anything about a drug test for the job, so I'm good to go. And even if they did, I would be clean right now, so I wouldn't care. But that's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go take care of something, and we'll be back before you know it. So, guys, just got done with Taco Bell. I'm stuffed. I had one little crunch wrap, beefy nacho crunch wrap, one taco, and an caramel apple empanada, and I'm full. So I'm driving along. I don't know if it was on and I just didn't notice it. My passenger airbag light is like barely illuminated. So I guess I read the manual, and that means it's either something wrong with the airbag or the electrical system with the airbag. But it's the passenger airbag, and I really never have passengers in the truck, so I'm not too concerned about it right now. So I went to Walmart and I got WD-40, and I started spraying everything on, where I thought the squeak was coming from. And I got some of it to go away, except when the wheel's all the way to the left. If it's all the way to the left and then you go to turn it to the right, it just squeaks until it gets to a certain part and then it stops. So someone was walking past the truck and I asked them to just rock the wheel for me so I could actually see where it's coming from, because I can't do that and look at the same time. So it's the control arm. It's part of the control arm, or the sway bar. I mean, it still does it, but not as bad. Like I don't hear it now. So that's good. I got some of it to go away. So now I'm on my way back to the house. My uncle went food shopping, so I didn't want to be there when he gets back with all the packages. I didn't have to want to deal with that, so hopefully he's already back and emptied out the fucking truck, because of course the light turns red on me, of course, because I always help, like, he'll take a few packages in and then won't come back out for a second load. I gotta take all the rest in. Bullshit. Put them down and go back out and grab more and bring them in. Keep doing it until there's no more. I can't even launch this truck because of the tranny problem I have right now. How do you drive? Oh, snap. That cop blew past me. He crossed the line and jumped over. He must be flying. He's flying. Holy shit, I thought it was just some asshole guy. It's a cop. Breaking the law, officer! Hey, officer! You're breaking the law! You're not above the law, officer! You may think you are, but you're not. Look, he blew through this fucking red light, too. Oh no, he went to the fucking firehouse. That's where the fuck he went. That asshole. That fucking asshole. Look, he's behind the firehouse. Look. See the car? Fucking asshole. Speeding and fucking doing dumb shit on the road. Not even to go to a fucking call or something. Just going to the firehouse where they hang out and use the Wi-Fi. Unbelievable. I hope he's back, dude, because if I just went to Taco Bell and I wasn't really 100% hungry, I'm not gonna be too happy. Probably went to fucking re-up at the same time. I saw this cute girl in Walmart, but I forgot my hat, so I looked like a bull faggot. I was like, fuck. I might be able to spit game, but then they look up and see I look like Bozo the Clown. I got that old man look right now because I gotta shave, I gotta buzz my head really bad. I got that old man look. I don't even really feel like doing it. Such a pain in the ass. Oh my god, he's fucking still not back. Oh my god. My neighbor has the guy here with the Mustang. He has a nice Mustang. It sounds fucking dope. Alright guys, I'm back home and I'm gonna take a shower and relax. So that's it for today. I'll keep you posted on the job and everything. And everyone have a good night. Stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Peace.